Hello, this is Jerry Spinelli, Production Horticulture Advisor with the University of California Cooperative Extension in San Diego. I'm the advisor for nurseries and floriculture. Today, I spent the afternoon building these load cells. Why are these cool? Well, you can connect them to a data logger such as this, and then the logger will collect data such as that, and when you put some weight, let's say I put it here on number 6, so that number 6 is the violet. Now in a minute the violet, which is this trace, should jump up, and it just did. And then if now I remove it, I put it on number 1. Now number 1, which is that blue there, which is this blue here, should jump up, and it just did. So why is this useful? What do I do with this? Well, then I will deploy them in the field at the nursery, like I did in this picture, and I will put a container on them, a potted plant on them, and then when I plot the weight, I will get a nice trace like this, where you can see that the weight decreases, and this is water use, and then when we irrigate, the weight goes up again, and so on and so forth. And then I did the same thing here in a greenhouse, and I got this trace where the irrigation increases the weight, and then water use decreases the weight, and that's a great method to measure how much water the plant uses. Of course, there's also some evaporation, so you have to account for that somehow, but this is a great method that you can also use. So in this video, I will show you what materials and what tools you need to build a load cell just like this one that I just built. And to learn more about how this load cell can be used, I suggest that you read this article. I had the honor to work with Dr. Levin when I was at UC Davis, and Lloyd Nackley also went to UC Davis, and these esteemed colleagues of mine have written this article, and if you read it, you learn a lot of things on how to use this load cell as a lysimeter to measure things in irrigation, like they did in this example. Okay, so what do you need? You need first the load cell. I use these Omega load cells, model LC103B. This is the 50 pound one. I use both the 50 pound one. This is an example of the 50 pound, and I also use this other one, the 200 pound, but they look exactly the same. I use the 50 pound for smaller containers, and I use the 200 pound for larger containers. And this comes with 4 terminals. You read it at something called a Wheatstone bridge. I don't want to even talk about this. There are a lot of resources out there that explain you how to read, but basically you have an excitation channel, which is this red wire. You have a ground, that is the black wire, and then you have a high and the low, that are the white and the green. And in the Campbell Scientific Data Logger, you read it with a function called bridge full, that again, it uses a circuit called a Wheatstone bridge to read the sensor, and you will get an output in millivolts per volt. So for each volt that you apply in the excitation channel, you will get a analog data that are in millivolt, and then you can use that with some known weight to calibrate, to make a calibration curve. If you go here on the website and you scroll down, you can select here which weight you want, and if you scroll down more, they give you the specs, and this is the one we're looking at, 25 pounds to 300 pounds. and they'll give you the size, the dimensions, but also notably here they tell you what the threads are. These threads. So you need to buy a screw that fits in these threads. So it's a quarter inch 28. 28 has to do with the threads, with how many threads per inch I think there are. So you will need to buy a really good drill bit, such as this one, quarter inch, to drill the hole in the aluminum plate, and make sure that your drill bit is sharp, because otherwise it will start wandering around and you'll drill the hole out of the mark, like I did here. So make sure you really buy a really nice new drill bit, and then you need to buy these screws, quarter inch 28, and the length, I find the best length is 3/4 inch. These ones that I bought here are quarter inch 28, but they're only half inch, so I find that they're too short. When they screw in to the load cell, you'll find that the screw doesn't go through all the threads, and so if instead you use something that is 3/4 inch, you will see that it'll come out some, and so it will go through all the threads, and the load cell will be stronger. So again, buy this quarter inch 28, 3/4 inch in length, 3/4 inch in length. Then of course you need the aluminum plates. They sell them already cut, 6 inches by 6 inches. They come like this, so you see they're about 6 inches, they didn't lie, and they're square. So you just measure them and you mark them. You make a mark in the middle like I did here, and then you know where to drill your hole. And then you will have to buy a drill bit to countersink the plate, to make space for the head of the screw, so that the screw goes through and it's flush. So when you put your pot on it, it doesn't stay. It's not all wobbly and weird. And again, if you buy these screws, they are 82. They have an 82-degree angle. That flat head has an 82-degree angle, so you want to buy the 82-degree angle bit to countersink that same screw. And then I suggest that you also buy some kind of thread locker. So you will put some on the threads, and they will stay put, because otherwise when you put together the two plates and the load cell in it, just by moving the plates sometimes you can unscrew the screws, and instead the thread locker will keep them together. And this is a graph of the output from the load cell that I deployed yesterday. You see, apparently yesterday at 7 p.m. the irrigation kicked in, and so the weight went up, and then probably most of it drained, and most of it kept drained during the night. And this morning at 7 in the morning again, the irrigation must have kicked in, and so the weight increased, and then it went down again. So this is a really powerful tool that can tell you a lot of things about your plant. So go out there and build your old load cell, and if you have any question or comment, please give me a call. These are my contacts. And also, please, if you made it this far to the bitter end, scan this code and please complete the evaluation. It's gonna take you only 1 minute and it's really important for us. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.